Merry Christmas Eve, you guys. Should we do some makeup? I could use a little makeup. Okay, so I'm using my Saint palette as always, all my makeup in one compact. These are my highlights. We call them highlights. They're actually your foundation. We've got contours, we've got bronzer, we've got illuminator. Page 2 is lip and cheeks. Page 3 is eyeshadows, setting powder, whatever. It does have a mirror in the top. These are one of many sizes of compacts that we sell, so it's built to suit. So if you just like a little bit of makeup or a lot of makeup, whatever, we have a compact for you. If you want to get a color match, I'll put the link on the screen right here. I color match everybody in person. I look at your face and your skin, and you can see that my skin is not perfect. It has a lot of hyperpigmentation. I've been battling acne my entire life. But you can see here that I've done half my face with just these first 3 colors. So I'm going to walk you through the placement of these 3 things, because sometimes, you know, the makeup, old school makeup that we're used to, basically you just buy one bottle of liquid foundation, slap the whole thing on your face, and you're just one color. But with this system, you're able to highlight and contour your face, which actually looks so much more natural. And the fact that it's cream, when you're zoomed super close up, it looks like skin. I've actually been doing some in-person makeovers again. I did them at the very start of my Saint career, and then when I moved, I didn't know anybody, so everything I did was online. But now that I'm starting to kind of get to know my community a bit more, I've got ladies coming back in, getting, you know, in-person makeovers, which is really fun. I love the one-on-one interaction. But what I'll say that I love hearing from women is that you're literally dry brushing this on. It feels like nothing. When they leave, they're like, I don't feel like I have anything on my face, but you can see that the coverage is incredible, and that is the power of Creme. So let's get started. Okay, I put the color match link on the last screen because I totally forgot, but when I color match you, I'm going to give you 3 shades, and where you place them is important. So the first shade you're going to put like almost if you just had a pair of small goggles on, okay? This is the easiest way for me to kind of describe it to you. So this is the buff brush. I love this brush. It is a full coverage brush. You don't need a different type of makeup for full or light coverage. You just need to switch up your brush. And if you switch your brush up, and it doesn't necessarily mean more makeup, it just means more opacity. So it's just the same sheer layer of makeup. The brush is denser and just picks up, you know, a higher opacity of the makeup. So it's sort of like dots per inch. I always loved the reference of like photography. When you get something printed for web resolution, it's 72 dots per inch. When you get it printed for full print resolution, it's 300 dots per inch. So this makeup is essentially the same thing. It's the same photograph on the same piece of paper with the same, you know, basic ingredients, but instead of using a softer, fluffier brush and getting 72 dots per inch, you're going to use the buff brush and get 300, and the coverage is just going to be incredible. But again, it doesn't look like any or feel like any more makeup on your face. So just by changing the brush, you can change everything about how this is applied. So the second color, just to zip through this, the second color I placed in like a ski mask area. So the first color was a goggle, the second was like your ski mask area, and then the third color, which is the darkest of the 3, is going to go down here in your beard area. And that is your first 3 highlights. Even though they look totally different in the case, they're going to apply and just blend one right into the other. And what you want is for it to blend into your neck and chest. All right, so I'm going to be right back and blend that out. Next step is basically the hero step of the whole process. This is contouring. You can see over here that I've placed my contour in a couple of different spots, up above my brow, along my cheekbone, down the side of my nose, and then just a little bit underneath the underside of my jaw. You can see how different my face looks from one side to the other. Contouring is nothing to be afraid of. It's something you should really embrace. It can either add volume where you don't have it, or it can minimize the look of too much volume if you have too much, or if that's your preference. So I just grab a little bit. I've changed brushes. This is the detail brush, and I'm pulling up and away. I just place a very small amount onto the brush, and then I just blend it. That's it. So the lip and cheek game is like a kid in a candy store. We have like a ton of different colors. I've been kind of crushing on Nude. I had like a weird, I ignored Nude for quite a while in my palette, but now I'm kind of into her. So I've been using Nude on repeat quite a bit, and I added a little too much to my brush, which is okay. I'm just going to flip the brush around and start blending it with the clean side of the brush. It's not a big deal, but the placement of this is right above your contour line, and you can see it just zipping through the last bit. So this is Illuminator. Most of the world calls it highlighter. I just use my finger. We have all different ones, like Honey is gold. This one is Angel, and it happens to be just like a pink diamond kind of one. I am so excited about this eye look. I mean, you know, the song, should we skip to the good part? I'm really anxious to do that, but I'm gonna do my lip here really quick. I'm using the same contour as a lip liner. Okay. And then again with my finger, I've been crushing on Royal plus Petal. Here's Royal. We have different like sheens. This one's pretty glossy. Check that out. This is like the best color. Love it. Really goes nicely with the nude cheek. I just whipped this little baby together. It's really kind of a New Year's Eve look, but I've never used gold leaf before, and I wanted to kind of practice how to apply it before I just came on here and made a wild fool of myself. Which I seem to do anyway, so I guess I should just do it live next time and see how it goes. Anyway, I digress. The first thing we're going to do is not a Saint product. This is the matte Pigments by Danessa Merrick's. I really wanted this gold to be very punchy, and so I'm adding this layer of yellow first. This stuff is incredible. It's super pigmented, and a little goes a long way. Like, look at that teeny tiny little amount. So I'm just going to take a little bit here, and I'm going to start by putting like the highest opacity just all over my lid here, just like that. And then bring it up just a slight bit into my crease, and then I'm flipping the brush around because I don't want it to be as opaque up here. And then with what I have left, I'm just gonna drag it underneath, and that's really it. Like, you hardly need any. So cool. Next, we're taking some Blondie eyeshadow. You can use your finger if you like to get like the best, highest opacity on your lid. I don't even care that I have some fall off. It's fine. By the end of this, we're going to be just gold as hell. Gold as hell. So then I'm just taking a little bit to like fluff out this much. We're just covering the yellow with gold. Next thing I did was I took this I can never say it, Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow. It's by Makeup Forever. It's waterproof, and I'm going to do my waterline with it. So I'm just taking the multitasker brush, and the waterline is like this area right in her. It doesn't have to be like perfect, just kind of like tickle your lashes like this. And then to do the upper part, I just try to like blink down on the brush. It just really does a good job of like defining your lash line, because we're going to add some liner up here, but we need the waterline to be kind of dark as well. Liquid liner. This is Blickety Black by Hank and Henry. I love a good liner. Choose one that's new, preferably, so it's not hard to just glide along your lash line. And then if you like, you can just take the pen and just pull in just a little flick out on the edge, and that's it. Popped a little mascara on off camera. Today I used the Dior Show Blackout. It's kind of a giant, obnoxious, blacked out mascara. It can get messy if you're not careful, but I didn't mind because it's not going to stamp up here, because my little lash that I'm about to put on is going to prevent that from happening, which is kind of good. So if you have mascaras that have a tendency to do that, if you wear them on a day when you're going to wear a little falsie, then it's going to prevent that. So I've got my little bead of glue. This is the little shorty demi-wispy guy. That's a technical term. These are the Side Chick by Tatty Lashes, and you're just going to pop them down. I'm really digging these little demi lashes. They're so comfortable, and they're easy to apply. And to me, they look, I like the look of them. Okay, by now you should know that I'm a more is better girl. So we're not stopping right now. We're going full on. This is Glitter Primer by NYX. You can buy it at Target. and it helps when you're using one of the glitter eyeshadows. This is Graceland, to stick to your lid. A little goes a long way. So you just kind of get a teeny tiny little bit, and then I'm gonna just pat it on my eyelid. Now be careful not to open your eye. You gotta pirate it for just a second. I'm taking that brush that I used to do my waterline, and I'm just picking up a touch, just a touch, and I'm gonna pat it up top, and it'll stick and it won't go anywhere. And I'm just putting this on my lid, nowhere else. That's it. And that's all. Said it before and I'll say it again. If you've actually made it to the end of this video, God be with you. You're a gem of a human being. I wouldn't have had the patience, but I appreciate you. So gold leaf. This is the pièce de résistance of this whole look, is this stuff. I've never used it before. What I did do is I used a little, like an IT, which is kind of like a weird little Q-tip. And I used some of that glitter primer. And I put it on this side, just like I just kind of dotted it on little places. I just rolled this puppy around on my finger, and then I just started like, I honestly don't know if this made a damn difference at all. I really don't, if it made any difference at all, but I just kind of stuck it there. And then I'm taking a tiny pair of tweezers and I'm picking up a little piece. My glitter primer was drying while my captions were going, but I'm just taking a little piece of this stuff and a tiny pair of tweezers, and I'm just laying it up there, right? And then I'm just like flattening it with my finger. So I'm just kind of repeating and making it like a little bit of a mosaic. This is tedious and probably not great to do on stories, because it's little pieces, but you get the idea. It does stick, which is cool. This is a big piece. We'll do a big piece. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll come back with the finished product. I'll put the color match link on the screen again. I'll take some after pictures of this. This is kind of fun to mess around with. A little mixed media. Very artistic, right? I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas with your families.